Hello, welcome, gorgeous beings of light. This is Elmara coming to you with miracle number 87 in the 100 Miracles in 100 Days project. Just take a big belly breath in, filling up your belly and your lungs, or as deep as you can go, in through the nose and then out through the mouth. In, holding it for as long as it's comfortable, out, in, and out. And out. Okay. If you want to just continue that breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, it will help you integrate the higher frequencies that are encoded in my voice. It might just sound like I'm telling you a lovely story, but as I've mentioned several times, I have been meditating for hours before I do these. Have integrated all the high frequencies coming into Earth at the moment due to the huge awakening that's happening on Earth. And all you have to do is listen and breathe. When we've completed that, I will do the first step of my fifth dimension activation. And then just give you a little boost of fifth dimensional energy. But it's when you're in the fifth dimension that you have effortless manifesting. So just breathe for me, please. So this miracle happened a few years ago. I think I mentioned it yesterday. I just had my car fixed. There was some part that was the matter. My car just kept pouring water out of it. And there was this gorgeous young mechanic, Clay. I can't remember his surname now. But it was called Clay's Auto. So if you live around the area, he was brilliant. I remember another guy wanted to charge me $2,000 for something, and I went to him, and he wanted my car for 4 days, and I went to this young man. He goes, "Oh no, it's just this," and it might have been this problem actually, and it's just going to be a few $100. So anyway, he became my mechanic after that, and it might have been another problem that was actually, and so then there's this problem with the water pump or something. I don't know. It's just leaking water out of it, and I was carting a bucket of water around behind my driver's seat until I got back to Bermagui to get him to look at it, because I absolutely trusted the young man, especially after someone else quoted 2,000, which he fixed for 200. I think that's why he became very popular in the town as well. But anyway, I go to him because I've got this problem, this water pump problem. And he says to me, "Oh, it's this and this, and I need to get a part in from Sydney L." I said, "Oh my God, so how long will that take?" And he goes, "Well, it'll probably won't get here till next week." And I went, "Oh my God, I've got to be gone. I've got to be gone before then." And this was like about lunchtime on Wednesday. And he said to me, they would have sent their stuff by now, so the earliest it's going to get here is Monday. It takes 2 to 3 days for parts to get here. And I was just like, "Oh my God," I said, "I really need to be," and it was a public holiday on Monday, sorry, so it was going to be Tuesday, and I needed to be somewhere else on the Monday. I had another appointment in another town further away from where he was. So anyway, he said, "Shall I order?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead and order it." So he goes and orders it immediately, and he had missed the cut-off for that day, which was Wednesday. He said, "So the earliest it's going to be sent is tomorrow, Thursday, and it's not going to get here. It's not going to get here till next Tuesday." He said they've just never got here within 24 hours, Elle. "I'm really sorry about that." I said, "Well, just go ahead and order it anyway, and we'll see what happens." So I said, "I'm going to get my angels on the job." And so he orders it on the Wednesday, predicts that it won't leave Sydney till the Thursday, and that it won't get here it might have got there on the Monday, but he was closed on the Monday. He himself was going to Sydney for something. Or it might have been that Monday was a public holiday. not sure the details, but he wasn't going to be there till Tuesday is the fact of the matter. And I remember saying to my angels, do whatever you need to do to get that part here by Friday so I can get my car fixed. And I say that out aloud to him, and he just looks at me, rolls his eyes at me. But he had an auntie who was into spiritual stuff, so even though he rolled his eyes a little bit, he kind of was aware of magic a little bit. He grew up with an auntie who could do all sorts of amazing things. Anyway, bug me dead. On the Friday, I get this excited panic, whatever call. It goes, oh my God, El, your part's here. I can't believe your part's here. How fast can you get your car in here? About 9:30 I got it. He said, your part's just arrived. He says, it's never arrived within, he said it has to leave. It's at least 2 days, and it wouldn't have left until the Thursday. And I went, that's because you're working in 3D and not in 5D, love. Miracles happen all the time as far as I'm concerned, and I really needed my car fixed before I left, and I wasn't going to be here on Tuesday, so just breathe for me, please. So somehow, he goes, well, how did that happen? I need to know. I said, you can't work it out in your head, love. You can ring up and ask the people, and he rang them, and they said, yeah, no, it didn't leave till Thursday. But the part arrived at his workshop on Friday, and nothing had ever arrived within 2 days. I said, well, if you ever need a part urgently again, just ask your angels to get it here fast. Just breathe for me, please. So I don't know how that happened, but do I care? No. Am I completely, totally grateful to my angels to do whatever bit of magic they did to get that part there the very next day? Yep. I absolutely am, and I'm in great honour and respect. But if you try and work this stuff out in your head, 1, you'll drive yourself crazy. 2, it's against everything you've ever been taught your entire life. And 3, you have to believe in magic for it to happen. Trying to work out the logical reason why that might have happened is all it's going to do is confuse you, 1, and put you back in 3D because you're trying to find a logical reason for it. And there isn't one. There's just magic and miracles, and that's what happens when you step into the 5th dimension, and when you believe in magic and miracles, when you believe that everything is possible. That was the saying we used to say all the time, everything is possible in the 5th dimension, absolutely everything. Just breathe for me, please. My head's gone all tingly. I'm just going to let that energy pass through me. Absolutely everything. Everything is possible in the 5th dimension. Absolutely everything. So how do you get into the 5th dimension? Well, it's none of the rubbish that's around these days. Spirit taught me to connect to the 5th dimension in 1997. And all the rubbish that's around these days is about waiting for some spacecraft to come and take you away. That's not what's going to happen. Yeah, there's spacecrafts around because they're trying to encourage us to get our shit together and own all our power that exists in us and help raise the consciousness of Earth. You're not going to do that scooting off to another planet. The only way you're getting off this planet is if you die, and I'm sorry to be so blunt about that, but that's the truth. You can ascend by dying, or you can ascend by being here in your body and raising your frequency up into the 5th dimension. And if you'd like to know how to get into the 5th dimension, we teach you how to raise your frequency and be in this miracles frequency, which is, it's stupid that we have to call it miracles frequency. It's actually the human frequency, the original human frequency. Ask and you shall receive. Jesus said that 2,000 years ago, But of course it's been bastardized by everything else that Jesus originally wrote. So get hold of any information about the Essenes. Jesus' grandmother was an Essene that lived for over 400 years. She lived for hundreds of years, but when she was 400 years old, she rejuvenated her sexual organs and gave birth to 12 babies. And the 12th baby was her first baby from 400 years earlier when she had children, and that was Jesus' grandmother. So that's why Jesus could do a lot of cool stuff. He was raised in a Essene community that did all this magical stuff, that just had always done all this magical stuff. So breathe for me, please. Breathe for me, please. But beyond even Jesus, I was doing a meditation this morning, was taken back to my lifetime when I was a high priestess in Lyra. And they did stuff that just makes that stuff look like, like child's play. So there's so much you can open yourself up to once you open up to the power and the magnificence that lives within you. And if you'd like to know how to do that, we are doing in April, we're doing a 10-week Become a Powerful Fifth Dimensional Spiritual Activator and Healer. And if you'd like to join us, it's heavily discounted. I will be doing it live, and it's the only course I will do live, because after that it will be it will be an online course for people, because I want to move on and do some much more powerful things like the stuff I learned in Lyra and all that sort of stuff. So this will be, and it'll be an introduction for you to work with me. You will need to have completed the fifth dimensional course. And so, but the live part of it was that I will be running, live Q&A or Ask Me Anything sessions throughout them. So, just breathe for me, please. If you would like to join that training, the information will be down underneath this. You can contact me through my website, or just leave me a message and I will get back to you. Although it's not a good idea to leave your phone number on YouTube or anything like that, or your email address, unless you want to get swamped with spam. So best to contact me privately through my website, www.elmaraseraphim.com, through the contact form on my website. So that's a miracle for today. And now I'm just going to teach you how to connect to the fifth dimension. So even the first step, not teach you the whole thing, the first step on how to connect to the fifth dimension, and even if you do nothing else but do this one step, it will bring you into alignment and line up all your meridian lines that used to go from the center of the earth to the sun. Now most people's meridian lines are all stuffed up between their head and their toes, and they wonder why their lives are a mess, why their health is a mess, why nothing's flowing, finances aren't flowing. But if you connect up to those superpowers, the sun and the earth, and come into alignment with it, naturally everything's just going to change. And there's testimonials back of a lady who did that, and within 20 days had manifested $36,000 a year for the rest of her life. So you can go back and look at that if you want to, that miracle. I can't remember when it was, but it'll be in early December. It happened not long after we started this series, because she was listening to some other free activations on this YouTube channel, so, or on my blog it might have been. So just breathe for me, please. Just breathe. And so on the next breath in, bring your awareness into your hands and breathe out. This is in through the nose and out through the nose now, unless you're releasing. So breathe in. As you breathe out, point your fingers to the sun and tie the energy from your fingertips around the sun. Just make it your intention to take your attention to the sun, and you'll be there in a split second, because there's no time and space in the fifth dimension. Breathe in and bring the energy from the sun straight down into your crown. Breathe all that beautiful source light into your 100 trillion cells and your 100 trillion telomeres, and take the last 5% down and tie that energy around the core of Mother Earth. Breathe in and bring all that earth energy back up. Breathe it out into your body. Take the last 5% up to the sun. Breathe in. Bring that earth energy down from the sun. Breathe it out into your body. Take the last 5% into earth. Breathe in. Earth energy. Last 5% to the sun. Breathe sun energy in. Breathe it out into your body. Breathe last 5% down into the earth. And just continue that up and down breath while I just explain it's best done barefoot on Mother Earth first thing in the morning. But if it's snowing, or if it's raining, or if you can't go outside because you're sick or whatever, then you can do it seated inside, just imagining you're standing on Mother Earth, just so long as your back is straight and off the back of your chair, so the energy can flow up and down your spine. And if you can't do that and you're sick, you can lay down on your side and breathe that energy up and down, and you will still, and imagine you're standing barefoot on Mother Earth, and it will still work for you. Now, if you just did that exercise for 10 to 20 minutes every day for 20 odd days, 22 to 28 days and see what shows up in your life. But most people quit after about 5 days because they don't value themselves. Or what happens is they get this big buzz when they're first doing it, and then after about 5 days or 8 days, they can't feel that buzz anymore, so they think it's not working anymore. But that's the biggest freaking mistake that people make, because it's not that it's not working anymore. It's that your energy is matching the energy coming in. And if you just hung in there for another 10 days, that's when all the magic starts to happen. But most people go, no, I'm not feeling it. I remember someone saying that to me, I don't feel it anymore. Well, if you just continue to practice it, it's not that you're not feeling it. It's because the energy is in alignment, with you, the energy coming in. So if you just keep raising your frequency now, instead of me being a cup of hot water and you being a cup of cold water, you're now warm water heading up to hot. And if you just stayed there, miracles would start to happen for you. So, but if you'd like to know the whole fifth dimension system and all sorts of other things, connecting to your guides and angels, all sorts of stuff, talking to your higher self, calling in your superpowers. We'll just be doing so much. How to heal, fifth dimensional healing for yourself, for children, for loved ones, for distance healings. This is kind of way beyond Reiki. I did Reiki 40 years ago. So if you're saying I'm a healer and I do Reiki, well, unless Reiki's really working for you, which is my understanding, it's kind of old technology now. If you want some new technology and you need to step up, this would be it. And if you want to have a chat to me about whether that is right for you, then we can book a discovery session and make sure this is the right next step for you, a free discovery session. Just breathe for me, please. And I'm just going to send you a short blast of extraordinary fifth dimension energy because it's pretty pumping here today. So let's go. Just breathe it in. You can breathe this energy into your relationships, into your job, into creating more finances, or just you can just breathe it into your 100 trillion cells and let it light you up with joy and peace and happiness and abundance. And you'll receive this energy today, whether you listen today, tomorrow, the next day, next year, next century. There's proof now that the energy upgrades as I upgrade, so don't worry about it being on a recording. Just breathe and receive and open yourself up to something new happening or showing up in your life. There's 4 decades of testimonials on my website. They can't all be lying. Of where I've helped people when all else failed. Okay, you gorgeous beings of light. I'm sending you so much love. I'm looking forward to working with those of you who are ready to step up. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.